problem is, how can you then later...
Oh, we just do it live. We don't need to edit later.
No, we're not gonna edit it. We're doing it. We're doing it recorded live. What do you call it?
We're professional.
Yeah.
We're professional. We record the live session, and then we put it live later. Yeah, no, we're not gonna edit this. This is just way too much work. We're gonna do as if this were a live broadcast. Hello, everybody. Good evening. This is a recording. Let's see if we have audio. I think my audio is working. Let's now go to Oscar's audio.
Hi, good evening. Live from the Netherlands.
Very good. And from Salt Lake City in the United States of America.
And from Salt Lake, it's Chris.
Hi, Chris. Oh, it's good to see you guys. It has just been crazy. It still is crazy, to be honest. But I think on the Saturday night we have a little bit, or for me at least, it's a little bit more convenient to do this. So we're gonna record this and then put it live on Tuesday on the normal time, so everybody can see it as a premiere on Tuesday. All our hundreds and thousands of viewers, obviously.
Yeah.
So
we'll have the same production quality as if it was live. So
yes, definitely.
Are we going to tell them it's actually take 28? What
No.
we're doing now
Yeah, we started this on Tuesday, but
we started it on Tuesday, yeah, but it's now Saturday.
No, guys. It's really good to have a little talk, because although Formula One season has been quiet, it's starting up again, by the way, but it has been quiet up until now. And just being too busy, there wasn't a lot to talk about. But so in the last couple of weeks, there were a couple of things that are worth talking about. And maybe as a short preview on what's coming later this show, we probably need to talk about Chris's cars.
Yeah,
like the real cars,
yes,
the actual
the
cars.
live ones.
And then we've got a lot of Lego content today, and maybe we should talk a little bit about Formula One, because the presentations have been, almost all of them have been done, or a lot of them have been done.
Yeah.
And there might be some nice things
I must have missed those.
to talk about. Yeah, well, I didn't watch them live or anything, but I saw a lot of coverage on social media and stuff. So that probably tells you enough. But yeah, I mean, nothing special. Everything's fine over here. No big issues. But life has been going its course. And also, I have a little bit of a thing that I will show later. I'll show it a little bit. This is the back side. I'll show it later. A lot to talk about here, but maybe...
then I have.
Ooh. And I don't know what
maybe
Oscar...
maybe also a bit of.
Well, I can also show.
Yeah,
something,
I knew you were gonna do this. I actually. Oh, I know you so well. Anyway.
Well, then luckily I was up to my normal standards.
Yeah. You don't disappoint. No, it's great. Maybe we should talk a little bit about Formula One first, as we normally do in the show, because I think Red Bull was the first one to do their unveiling of their new car. I think Red Bull was the first.
Has it actually happened? Because I saw one. I saw one car, but I didn't think any of the big ones had done it yet.
Well,
Yeah,
I know
Williams,
yeah. Alfa Romeo have done it.
Haas
has done it, and Red Bull. I think those
Red Bull, and tonight is Alpha Tauri.
Oh, AlphaTauri tonight. Okay, so 4 or 5. So not Mercedes and Ferrari still, but yeah. Well, for me, I mean, there's not a lot to talk about, but one of the major things is that they're going to work together with Ford, of all people, from 26 onwards. And what I've heard, I was really not happy with that. You know, Ford and Formula One engines. I didn't know what to think, but now it seems that what they're doing, because they've got their own powertrain factory, which was now powered by Honda, really, and they want to take all the knowledge that they've got from engine building, but they want to add what Ford knows about electric drive. And use that knowledge, and in return get Ford's brand name on their car to build their own engine, really. So it's not going to be a Ford like combustion engine, as far as I can understand. I don't know what it's going to be then, but maybe it's still
It's
Honda.
going to be a Honda combustion engine.
I
with
think
full
so.
Electrics.
I think that's probably what's going to happen. So then it might be okay. Although I don't have a clue about what Ford's knowledge is about electric, and if they really know what they're doing. But that's a whole other story. Then again, it's 2 or 3 years down the line, so we'll see what happens.
It'll be a Ford F-150 Lightning.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
This
is our new Formula One car. It weighs 6 tons.
It looks like a pickup truck. Yeah, it weighs 6 tons, and probably. Yeah.
Well, in the US, you actually have races with pickup trucks.
Oh yeah, in the US, they race everything. They race bloody lawnmowers.
We race chainsaws.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I think is happening is that the engine is not changing after 25. So the internal combustion engine. So they can indeed keep the one they are working on already. So they have this knowledge and the possibility to build this. Yeah. And then indeed the electric part will change after 25, and that's where they need Ford for then.
Okay.
Yeah. But I've actually watched the show. It was over an hour or something.
Oh wow!
I've never seen such a bad tear-dropping show. It was so bad.
I heard that. I heard that it was terrible. Yeah.
It's
they're trying to make news out of something that isn't news. It's like Ford are going to help us with batteries and electrics. That's all it needed to be.
Yeah. And well, but that's maybe you have an idea about it, Chris. But I always think that the Americans do not know how to dress themselves. So the guy, I think the most senior president of Ford US comes on the stage with a suit which is 2 sizes too big or too small or whatever.
Yeah.
It's with hands in his pockets. Yeah, I'm happy that we are going to join Red Bull.
Parts of that I did see, and that was really bad. And as you say, the styling was completely. I mean, who was responsible for that? It was no show at all. It was just not planned. Really,
it was probably Ford that wanted it. They wanted everyone, they wanted to make a big splash.
Yeah.
My guess is Red Bull would have said, "We don't need to do a big event," and Ford were like, "Yeah, we need to do a big event."
Probably, and but it was really the Ford way. That's exactly what the brand Ford is to me. It's just nothing. It's just bad. It's just it has nothing to it. It's boring as hell. So and it's old-fashioned, and it's conservative, and it's I don't know. It's
mostly the Mach-E is not conservative. That's very different for them. But
yeah, well, we know. I don't know if you know about the whole Shelby thing, but it's going to be the same. Red Bull and Ford are going to be Shelby and Ford.
Yeah,
it's going to be terrible. I know for sure already. But no.
I still have some faith. Yeah.
They're providing money and expertise. They're not providing engines. So.
No. Okay. Anyway, so that was bad. They're all going about, the livery of the Red Bull. It's boring because it's the same. It's true. It's the livery they've got. They're not going to change the same as Ferrari, really. And that's what it is. So I wasn't too, but I did like Alfa Romeo again. They switched the white to black. I like them both, but it might be a little bit better this year. It looks really cool.
It's so they're trying to make it so that you confuse them with Red Bull, so people think Alfa Romeo are in the lead.
Yeah, that might be their.
That's their game plan.
Yeah.
I actually heard somebody tell in a Dutch podcast that the rumor goes that actually the Red Bull changed for 90% his aero package.
Oh yeah.
So it's a complete different car than last year.
Yeah.
You should say. So.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing about like gaslighting, or what do you call it? No, gaslighting is not the right word. Maybe it is. About doing stuff that puts people on the wrong foot.
Yeah.
That has been started by Mercedes, I think, a couple of years ago. Ferrari's done it. I think Red Bull now has the hang of it and knows how to do it. So, whatever.
Misinformation.
Yes, it's misinformation for sure. They're not gonna tell you
We
or
built
show
a
you.
brand new car.
Yeah,
and they didn't. New.
Yeah, and they didn't, or it's the other way around. They have everybody think, oh, they didn't really change a lot, so they're not going to be quick, and they don't have as much wind tunnel time because of their penalties, and they didn't have the money and the time to develop the car, so it's probably going to be bad, and they're probably going to keep that way, maybe even including the testing, just to make sure that everybody
sandbagging.
Thinks, yeah, sandbagging. That's the right word. It's not. That's the right word. Sandbagging. That was what I was looking for. It could be.
Our car is so terrible. It's got so little horsepower and so much drag. We just don't know what we're going to do.
No, and they're complaining and they're porpoising and they're flipping over and they do all things that shouldn't be working. And their wings.
Let's hope they're not flipping over. And
no, that would be bad. That would be bad.
And they still have Perez. Oh, that's true.
And we. Oh my God, we've got the Perez problem on top of everything. Yeah.
At least they don't have ChatGPT doing their strategy like Ferrari.
Yeah, that would be actually better than Ferrari strategist. But,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Anyway, so Formula One. I'm looking forward to getting more news about that.
Drive to Survive starts in a couple of weeks on Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't watch last.
And actually, Max did give his what is it? His consent to it. So he actually did some.
This year. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So he's going to be in there. Yeah.
And we know a lot of it is sort of fabricated for the sake of excitement, but I still like it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's to get the American people on board with whole Formula One, and now we've got the races in Miami and in and in Las Vegas, and
Las Vegas is going to be interesting. Miami is just a complete nothing.
Another thing I heard, so they say Formula One is getting bigger in the US, so therefore but last year they had somewhere near 1.5-2 million live viewers for the races last year.
Yeah.
We do have the same numbers in
on
the
our
Netherlands.
Show. Our show is relatively the same numbers as our show. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know why they're so desperate to get Americans on board, because it's
money.
I mean, a lot of Americans that do follow Formula One, they do it specifically because they enjoy it and they don't like NASCAR and they don't like Indy, but they prefer Formula One. But what they've been trying to do in the last few years is make it appeal to more people. And like, it's always been kind of a niche motorsport. It's not, it's not the sort of thing that you rock up and have a barbecue and get drunk and throw, cans of beer onto the track. It's not NASCAR.
No.
And it's not like the Super Bowl where everyone gets excited about people running around passing a ball by hand.
Yeah.
Because it's not football.
Did you, by the way, see that ad from Breaking Bad for the Super Bowl?
No.
Well, Walter White and the other guy and also Tuco, they're doing an ad for some, I don't know, some chips or Doritos or whatever brand it is, and it's completely a Breaking Bad style, But that's the first time that they're all together again. It's really cool. You should probably see that somewhere on social.
They'll all be on, so we won't.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was a little side step, but but yeah, no. So I don't know about Formula One and if it really gonna. I mean, they act like it's really, a big success now, and it's getting bigger in the States. But I don't know if that's another sandbagging. Sandbagging.
That's Liberty Media wanting to justify why they purchased Formula One.
Yeah. Anyway, so Formula One. Looking forward to getting the races started again.
I think in 2 weeks' time there will be the pre-season training.
Yeah.
And then a week later, it's the weekend of March or something, March 4th.
Okay.
Yeah, then I think the first race is on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
So
yeah, it's coming up quickly.
yeah.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we can then all be ecstatic and disappointed and mad and
At the same time.
excited at
Yeah.
the same time. Yeah.
Static and mad all at the same time.
Anyway, maybe we should switch to other important stuff in our lives, which is Lego.
Yes.
And I think Chris probably has a couple of things to tell or show us.
So Paul will already know
Yeah.
this because he's finished his model, but I started building the Ecto
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
So this is as far as I've got. Again, Paul already knows this, but the little mechanism they have for the gunner's seat, I think, is genius.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's so clever the way that's built in there.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Just flips the seat out. So I'm going to go and build a bit more of it today. So it's
cool.
been interesting so far.
Yeah.
So that's the one that's partially built, and then the one that's completely built, of course, is this guy.
Oh wow, it's
Yeah.
so cool. That's really cool. Oh, that looks really good. Oh yeah,
It really does. It really does look. You know, they've got a, again. They've done a really good job of capturing the look of the GT of the car on the front and the back.
Yeah.
Especially with these not being stickers. You
Yeah.
know, these are the proper sizes of lights with the proper
Wow.
offsets and everything.
Yeah.
You
Looks
know,
cool.
so it's
cool.
Yeah.
it's
Cool.
come out really nicely. I'm you know, even with like this arch is printed,
Yeah.
but everything around it is stickers, and the color
Okay.
match is pretty good.
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
good.
perfect, but
Yeah.
it's
No, but it's good. Oh, it's
pretty good.
way good enough for me to want one. And you
Yeah.
can't have it yet, and you can't pre-order or do something like that. The only thing that you could do is get an email when it's back in stock. So I opted in for that, but there's just no way we're gonna be able to get one.
It's
over
for
here.
weeks. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
cool.
for weeks
Yeah.
already unavailable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Apparently, my
Nice.
camera is trying to track, so let me turn that off. There we go.
yeah, but it's cool. It's like the
So
nitro.
the little NOS bottles in there
Yeah.
and everything, and then
Yeah.
you can see the roll cage in the back.
Cool. Yeah, really, really cool.
Yeah.
It's great. You know.
Yeah.
I'm
So they
definitely.
did it's another one where they've done a really good job, and
Yeah.
it fits really nicely with Dom's Charger actually, because
Yeah.
they're now the same scale and everything.
Yeah.
So,
Of course, yeah. I've got the new Supra, so not the but the Charger is also of course still.
So
yeah.
Cool.
So
yeah, you've
Yeah.
got the Charger too. Yeah.
and of course they're not from the same film, but
No.
Yeah.
That's I know.
That doesn't
but
matter.
That doesn't
Yeah.
matter. No.
it's nice to have them the same scale with the
Yeah.
same sort of details and everything on them. So
Well, I hope they're gonna
Yeah.
do the Supra also. Maybe some of the other really nice cars. Yeah. Really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait
So-
to have it available here and buy it and build it because
I mean,
it looks
it's like
really good.
it's like all of the Speed Champions cars. It won't take you more than an hour, maybe an hour and a half. to
Oh,
build it.
I know.
And but it's interesting that there's some, especially the build method they've got around the front there to get the radiator at the right height and everything. That's every bit as mad as they said in the previews. It's like it just feels like it was an excuse to use a certain type of brick in the
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to get this piece, where is
Yeah.
it? To get this piece lined up and then the radiator and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy how detailed the inside of that is just to
Cool.
get that
Just to
right
get
angle.
it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
And I actually don't find it too bad with having the studs on here. I've seen a couple of videos where people have modified it so that they put.
But I think they do
But
that
it
on
makes
purpose.
the hood too tall then.
They do it on purpose because I think they are making a point
Yeah, it's
in
still
keeping
mega.
it Lego. Because
Yeah.
it's the
Yeah.
same with the Supra. You've got a couple of studs here,
Yeah,
which they needn't have done there, and also
Yeah.
here on the side. But I like that because it makes it real Lego. And
I think that's what they're doing.
True.
I think they're making the point that it's still
Yeah.
Lego.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like that a lot. So yeah, cool, really cool. Oh, did he fall off his chair? No.
Chris!
Chris, come back! Yeah, yeah. Oh, really cool.
So,
yeah,
it's been fun to build. You know,
yeah. Very
good. Another good little kit.
My Supra is on a shelf here above my desk,
Yeah.
and luckily it drove down last week or 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
So it shattered in
million pieces.
In million pieces. So I had to rebuild it.
Okay.
That's my speed champions are all sitting up behind the McLaren F1 car.
Yeah, so, I've got them on top here too. So
so mine are all there as well.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. You know, when I told you, but that I bought a Lego, or not an official Lego, but a MOBA bricks kit in Switzerland, because I thought I would sell it for triple the amount that I bought it for on eBay or Marktplaats, which totally didn't happen. So I ended up, building it myself, which is also nice, but that was not the reason why. It
wasn't the original intention.
Well, anyway, so it's like the
wink, wink.
Yeah, wink, wink. That's yeah. The length I go to just buy Lego, yeah, it's no, but it's so it's this thing, MOBA bricks. It's like the Swiss, RE460 and some IC carriages, and I started building it, and I have to say, this is how far I am now with the.
Wow, that is bigger than I was expecting.
Yeah, it's really it's about 1 meter long, the whole thing.
Wow.
So that's all good, but the story isn't all good, because the quality of the bricks is really not good. I have one that's even not completely printed right. I don't know if you can see it, but just didn't make it. That's only one I found. There might be more, and then it's probably not going to show on the camera, but I'm going to try anyway. It has a exactly. The bricks it tracks Chrome. Yeah, I don't know how to.
Exactly.
Exactly. You know exactly what I mean, Oscar. Yeah, it's crooked. It's bent. It's the bricks don't fit as good as Lego bricks do, for some reason, and it's just warping. And probably once I'm ready with the top, it'll make it square again.
Straighten out.
I'm pretty sure it will, but still, it shows you the difference in quality in official Lego bricks and other bricks. So that's one, and you definitely won't be able to see that. There is a color difference, quite a bad color difference, between the bricks with the white stripes and these bricks. These are just like windows. I'll try and break one off. So it's like a big flat, like brick, and it's completely different color than the others. So I am not, I'm not completely convinced that this is gonna look great, and I probably shouldn't have said that, but because now I won't be able to sell it anyway. But it's just not as good. I'll build it, and I'll keep you posted on how things are going. And maybe in the end, when it's all done, it might be okay. But not a very good. Very good quality.
People are happy to criticize Lego for all sorts of things, but they still.
Well, they are the best.
Their quality is second to none.
Their quality is still the best, even if they do sometimes now have some, missing parts and stuff. But the quality is still unparalleled, as far as I can tell. And their prices are high, and maybe they should be that high because of the quality. But it's a stretch, I think, for a lot of models. It starts being too expensive, but still, maybe that's the only way they can.
Program a couple of years ago where they were talking about Lego specifically, and they said the manufacturing tolerance for Lego, for plastic bricks for a toy, is right up there with the manufacturing tolerance for jet engines and medical equipment. They said, it is unbelievable how accurate they have to be with the molding machines and the presses and everything to get everything to guarantee to fit everywhere every time.
I can totally understand it, and that's why this thing is warping. Some pieces are too stiff, You know, that they're too tight fit. Others are too loose. There's just a tolerance that's a little bit bigger than what Lego is, and that makes it.
It's just enough to change everything.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So yeah,
maybe put it in an inverted fly eye lens. I do not know if it. So put an inverted fly eye lens in front of it when it's done.
Yeah.
Then it's straight. Then it's
straight again. Yeah. Fish eye lens. Yeah. Well, you know, it'll probably, as I said, it'll probably be straight when I finish it and it's a box again. But for now, it's not very good.
Is it an official licensed product?
Yeah.
From the SBB.
Yeah, they say so. So I'm thinking it is. Yeah, they say it's licensed. It's built somewhere in St. Gallen in Switzerland. But the bricks definitely are from China or whatever, because that's...
So the version they showed to SBB for the licensing was actually made out of Lego?
Probably. I think so, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, again...
Racing Brick has done a couple of videos on 3D printing Lego bricks.
Yeah, I saw that. That's interesting.
How difficult he's found it to print consistently.
Yeah.
That is, well, you know, printing bricks for Lego could be done as a rescue thing or a temporary fix or, you know, something like that, but it's never going to be close to an actual Lego
again
brick.
Because you can't get the tolerance out of the 3D
it's just not
out of their die pressing.
It's not going to happen. So you print it and it doesn't, you know, it falls out, then you make it a little bit bigger and it still falls out, then you make it a little bit bigger and it's too tight, you know. So you keep printing the same brick 10 times until it's maybe good enough. But no, that's not an ideal thing. Again, maybe for some bricks that you're missing and you're waiting to order and you want to build, you know, there might be situations where the 3D printing might come in handy, but it's not going to be a good solution for the long term.
Yeah.
Talking about 3D printing, I just printed this, and you are definitely not going to see what this is, or maybe, well, the two of you can't see it because your screen is probably really small.
It's the inside of something?
No, it's very small. It's N scale. It's scale 1 to 160. And I'm not sure if it will focus right.
I think it's focused, but...
you still can't see what it is.
The model of downtown Rotterdam?
No. Yeah, it could be. It could be. Well, that's a good idea, by the way. Maybe you can see...
It has spikes. It looks like buildings, but it's
tombstones, and
tombstones.
Yeah, and graves. Yeah, and that's a
graves,
very weird. That's a very weird thing to 3D print. I have to admit.
I feel we should ask now why.
Yeah. I know you should, because of this.
That I recognize.
Yeah, this is an N-scale church, a very famous church for a lot of people, because it is a part of the Gotthard railway, north side up the Gotthard. It's the Church of Wassen, and you know, with the turning loops, you see this church a couple of times when you travel up the Gotthard pass. And I've got for Christmas I've got a little layout with an N-scale train, and I thought I would add this to it. And it's just nice because it's such a landmark that I was gonna build it. So it's not finished yet, but I'm gonna make it more like weathered and everything, and maybe put some more details on it. But the thing is that if you look at the real church, in here, there's actually and below there's actually a cemetery. There are some burials and some things there, and I was thinking that I at least would put that in. And then I thought about 3D printing it, because you can't get it, you know, in N scale. You've got a lot of HO scale, but not N scale stuff. So I found this one, which was like, you know, graves and stones and crosses and everything. It looks a little bit like the real thing, and I scaled it down from 1/35 scale to 1/160 scale. So I did 0.22, I think, and then shrunk it down. And it's absolutely tiny. The crosses and the details of the crosses are all there. And I'm gonna take some close-up pictures and maybe show them last thing because you can't see it.
Yeah.
But it's amazing that this resin printer, this 3D printer, captured all the little tiniest details of these crosses and everything in that scale. So
Wow.
I'm really happy with the way that came out. And now the thing is to break it all loose from the base without breaking it. But we'll see how far we get.
So how many times? Yeah, how many times are you going to have to reprint it because of all the ones that break?
I don't know. I've got more than I need on this little thing, so I can, break a couple without any problems. We'll see how it goes. But the actual and there are on the graves, like the tombstones that are above the coffins. Yeah. There's crosses on there laid in, and it's all perfectly done. So I'm really happy with the way that came out. So hopefully
nice.
Yeah. So that's the reason why I did this.
Well, when you show us a bunch of 3D printed gravestones, we have to ask the question.
I know. I knew you were gonna ask. That's why I started with that. But yeah. So let's see if we can make something great out of that, and then maybe. It's got some terraces below the church. I don't know how far I can go with 3D printing stuff, but at least these details should probably be in there. So
we've been standing there quite often, sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
At least 5, 6, 15,
we've
20
been there.
times,
we've
whatever.
Been
there we've been there.
Yeah.
So maybe we should make 3D prints of ourselves in N.
Well,
to stand there.
To be completely honest, I mean, this is a nice topic because we've talked about this a couple of times. I mean, our member in the background, who is never on the show, but still because of all times is still a member of the Grindelwald Bastards, has a collection of G-scale trains, so like the large ones, the big scale trains, Swiss trains, and he was already talking about having us 3D printed some years ago. Do the scans, and the thing is, if I can just get the files, that would be ideal because then I can do it in any scale or whatever and do reprints of it, and then make that totally make that happen in all scales that we need to do it. So maybe we should just have all the Grindelwald Bastards printed and do it. I don't know the cost of it.
If you're going to do that, shrink the waists.
Yeah, we can shrink. We can shrink and grow anything we want. It's so cool. I'm wondering. I didn't check it lately, but I had one Swiss guy scanned in Zurich at a time, and he is the driver of one of my or two of my Trainworks trains.
I remember you said that.
Yeah, and that's the actual guy that helped me, get that done, and he is now a figure in that train. So I've got that file, but that was quite expensive, a couple of hundreds of dollars to just get that file, and I didn't need the figurine because they could print it for you and make that happen, but I didn't need that, so I just needed the file. But still, that was quite expensive. I'm not sure if these prices have come down yet, because I think they should, because it's now more and more easy to have people scanned, I think.
There's a couple of companies that do that now. You can they have mobile scanners that they'll come out and they'll do like minifigs of you, or they'll do action figures of you and things like that. And there's apps that you can get on the phone that'll do a 3D scan of your face.
Yeah.
And that you can then send them the STL file and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, as long as I've got the scan,
all you need to do is scan the faces. Then you can just put like superhero bodies underneath.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, yeah. Anyway, maybe we should look into that. But that is a good idea. Then once we have it for G scale, we can shrink it down to whatever scale, and then have it at that church. It might be a good idea. So yeah. That's a couple of things that I've been managed to do over the last couple of weeks. And for the rest, it's just work, to be honest. But that's it. And then maybe as a last thing, what's the story with the cars, Chris?
Oh. So the Rivian is no more.
No.
That's
Oh.
that's the short version. The long version is in the end of January. They pushed out delivery updates. They recalculated everyone's build schedule and updated all of the delivery dates and everything. And our delivery date got pushed out to the third quarter of 2024.
Yeah, it's just.
And there's people who've ordered their vehicles after me that have got them before us, you know. And I phoned them up and I said, "Hey, do you have any explanation for this?" I said, "Because we've had the order in for 2 years now. You know, there's people that are in the same city as me that ordered after us that have got their vehicles before us. Do you know why that is?" And the most unprofessional answer, she said, "It is what it is."
Yeah.
And I was like, in that case, cancel
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I'm just not interested anymore.
No, and that's what they want because you got it too cheap. So they want to get rid of all these orders.
Yeah, they're trying to get rid of all the people who got the guaranteed price, and you know, that's doing by pushing everyone's orders out. They're just hoping everyone will cancel or lose patience.
Yeah. But what makes it worse? I mean, that's bad in itself. But what makes it worse is that there could be just intent in that. I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
what if they always knew that they were going to do that, and just needed to get that money in at first?
I don't know, but the Volvo and the Polestar orders are still in.
Okay. Yeah.
The weird thing is, I've had more communication from Volvo and Polestar than I ever had from Rivian.
Yeah.
and the Volvo and the Polestar orders have only been in for 3 or 4 months now, but I've had more contact from them in 4 months than I've had from Rivian in 2 years.
Okay, that shows you that that's probably safer bet that one of those two will deliver.
I don't know. I still really wanted to support Rivian, but they've just there's this lottery where people just get passed over and other people get their orders first. I'm like, this just doesn't make any sense. You should at least attempt to deliver in the order that people ordered. I know they have to batch build for efficiency, so they have to build, you know, a bunch of vehicles, black interiors and standard size batteries and all-wheel drive and everything. But on the R1S, on the SUV, that's the only specification you could order originally.
Yeah.
So there's thousands of people all with identical orders, with the only difference being the color of the paint.
I know. Yeah. And they could have told you, you know, we're very sorry, but this is the, you know, the conundrum where we're in. We are thinking of building a line like that, you know, but the configuration that you have might take another 2 years. What do you want to do? Do you want to wait? Do you want to switch to another color, another interior? Because then you would have your car earlier. They could have, you know, done something.
They've been doing that with the trucks, but not with the SUVs. With the SUVs, they've not offered you any option to change any configuration.
Okay.
You know, so.
Okay. Well,
we'll see. You know, I mean, in the end, there were still a lot of things about it that I loved, and there were still a few things about it that I didn't like. You know, it didn't have Apple CarPlay. It was still one of the least efficient vehicles you could buy, and they still have to solve the vampire power drain. You know, if you leave it overnight without plugging it in, they say that 4% is normal for it to lose power. I'm like, that's not normal for an EV.
No.
I can leave my EV at the airport for 2 weeks and it doesn't lose any power.
No.
If you're losing 4% every night, I could take my Rivian to the airport and come back to a dead car.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. That's true.
So,
yeah.
Oh
well, probably better to.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Just keep us posted, and we'll see when the litigation starts on Rivian.
I think honestly, it's because they have so much to do for Amazon with the electric delivery vehicles.
Yeah,
I think they're just massively overstretched. I don't think they have the number of people or the facility or the production to do everything they're trying to do.
Yeah, that could well be.
You know, and if they're trying to survive, then they need to do the Amazon orders first.
Of course, yeah. So that's the choice. Yeah. Oh well, you know, you can't blame him maybe, but
to quote Rivian,
Rivian,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. And with that bombshell, we will end our show for today. I think this is probably the show for today. I don't have anything really special to talk about.
Done nearly 40 minutes of riveting, well edited, well cut together.
Exactly.
It's been perfect. I'd put that in the bag and air it.
Okay. Well, anyway, thanks everybody for watching. As always, like, subscribe, or dislike, or whatever you want to do. Put some comments in. Yeah, put some comments.
Get something somewhere
in there. Get something. Yeah, we gotta. If we're gonna do that.
Yeah, comments down here. Subscription bell. I don't know. Just randomly press buttons.
We should.
Don't press the unsubscribe button.
Okay. Thank you very much. See you all next time.
I think Oscar's giving gang signs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye.